panelists. And now for what we're really excited about, please welcome the amazing cast of Spring Awakening.
I'm Stephen Fader, and I'm with Duncan Sheik. I'm really honored to be here to commemorate these historic anniversaries. Doubly honored to be here in such distinguished company of artists and with the extraordinary cast of Spring Awakening and Deaf West Theater. To be here under the tenure of a president who not only celebrates diversity and inclusion, but so often recognizes the power of the arts to promote peace and cultural understanding. In 1892, a brilliant, angry young man named Frank Wedekind first penned a play titled Spring Awakening. All these years later, it remains the most scabrous indictment ever written of adulthood, of teachers, of clergymen, and of parents who will not listen to what is going on in the hearts of our children. In 1999, in the wake of the terrible shootings at Columbine, this message seemed urgent. So Duncan and I united and set out to create a musical version of this same material, determined to touch the troubled heart of youth around the world. The original play is so full of the unheard cries of young people. And it seemed that the place where young people of our era, for generations, have found articulation of and release from these same cries was music, pop music, rock music. So the scenes in our story are set still in 1890s Germany, a time when boys and girls are not allowed to attend the same school, not allowed to be seen together, not allowed to sit together in the same row of a theater. But when our young characters break into song, their voices become contemporary. Their music is contemporary. Because in fact, that time is not so long ago, that it's a time of first love, of friendship, of the pressures of school, and the first whiff of sex. So the opening song of our show, which was also the first song Duncan and I wrote for the show, we meet a young girl who is just hearing the word of her body and wants more than anything to know how babies are made. So I'll give you Mama Who Bore Me.
Some pray that one day Christ will come a-calling. They light a candle and hope that it glows. And some just lie there crying for him to come and find them. But when he comes, they don't know how to go. Mama who bore me, Mama who gave me no way to handle things, who made me so bad. Mama for weeping, Mama the angels, no sleep in Bethlehem.
Vendla!
Mama,
Goodness, look at you! In that kindergarten dress. Vendla! Grown-up girls cannot be seen strutting about in such...
let me wear this one, Mama. I love this one. It makes me feel like a little fairy queen.
But you are already in bloom. Now, shh! You made me forget all our good news. Now just imagine, Vendla, last night the stork finally visited your sister, brought her another little baby girl.
I can't wait to see her, Mama.
Well, put on a proper dress and wear a hat.
Mama, don't be cross. Don't be. But I'm an aunt for the second time now, and I still have no idea how it happens. Mama, please. I'm ashamed to even ask. But then who can I ask? But you.
Vendla, child, you cannot imagine that I
But
could...
you cannot imagine I still believe in the stork.
I honestly don't know what I have done to deserve this kind of talk. And on a day like today. Go! Child, put your clothes on.
And if I run out now and ask Gregor, our chimney sweep?
Very well. I'll tell you everything. But not today, tomorrow, or the day after.
Today,
Vendla Bergman! I simply cannot.
Mama.
You will drive me mad.
Why? I'll kneel at your feet. Lay my head in your lap. You can talk as if I weren't even here. Please?
Very well, I'll tell you.
Yes?
Child.
Mama.
All right then. In order for a woman to conceive a child, you follow me?
Yes, Mama.
For a woman to bear a child, she must, in her own personal way, she must love her husband. Love him as she can love only him. Only him. She must love with her whole heart. There, now you know everything. So help me.
Mama! Mama who bore me, Mama who gave me, Mama the angels who made me so sad. Mama who bore me, Mama who gave me your way to handle things, who made me so sad. Mama the weeping, Mama the angels, no sleep in heaven or Bethlehem. Someday, one day, Christ will come a-calling. Light a candle and hope that it glows. And some just lie there crying for him to come and find them. But when he comes, they don't know how to go.
I feel much better talking if I have one of these in front of me. So I'd just like to thank Roy and Valerie and the whole panel for speaking so eloquently, and thank the White House for inviting us here. This is kind of amazing. I realized this morning the last time I was at the White House, it was 1982, so it was a much less cool administration. And we took the overnight Amtrak train from Savannah, Georgia, to Washington D.C. And that was the night I had my first French kiss, or first successful French kiss. Anyway, so the song I'm going to do, or these guys are going to do, and I'll play along. Is when I hear this song every night when I go to the theater, it kind of brings me back to this place in 1982 and my first French kiss, and it's called "Touch Me." Where I go,
All silence,
all silence.
baby, just tell me. It's always forgiven.
Consume my mind, consume my mind. Inside, touch me. Now that's oh, that tender touch. I love your eyes. Will wander down. Touch me, just like that. Now over down, where the ships lie. Love me, just for hours. We'll wander down.
Hi everyone, can we get one more round of applause for Spring Awakening? So this is their day off, so that's what they're doing their day off. So thank you so much. So now we're going to welcome back some of the cast members and creative crew, and also Claudia Gordon, who's a member of the administration. She works over at the Department of Labor. So come on up.
I have no words to quite describe my reaction to the recent performance. It's amazing. Let's give them another hand, please. Before I get started, I have to first give thanks to Maria. Maria, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hosting this event. The event that's taking place here at the White House. It's highlighting the talents of individuals with disabilities in various fields, various occupations, TV, movie, theater. When I reflect on my time here, one of the most amazing moments, my best experience, is using the White House as a platform as a spotlight for issues such as these that we're talking about today. So congratulations to you, Maria, and others that were involved in this work to use this stage as a platform for such important topics. So welcome for everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Those who are joining us online, thanks to you. So I am honored to moderate this panel of awesome cast members, Deaf West Theater's Broadway run of Spring Awakening. So thank you for this honor, Maria. I went to New York last month, and there I was able to see the performance, and I'm still in awe. It was amazing production, the talent, and I wish we could have had all of the cast on stage with us here today, but of course, space and time is limited. But for all of you here on the stage and off the stage, it is simply amazing. For those who have not seen Spring Awakening as of yet, you have until January 24th. So I suggest you make your way to New York and take advantage of that opportunity to see an amazing performance. Before I move on with the panel discussion, I'm going to turn it over to each of the panelists and have each of you, if you could just please introduce yourselves first, just give us your name, and if you will, please tell us your role in this production. All right, and after that, we'll get started with our questions. We'll start with Marley.
I'm supposed to introduce myself, yes, okay. Hi, I'm Marley Matlin. And it's an honor to be here at the White House and to be with all of you here today. And it's really awesome to be standing here in this historical room, I believe it is. My role in the show, in Spring Awakening, is as Fanny Gabor, who is Melchior, played by Austin here. I'm his mother. And I also play 2 other roles. And should I say anything more? No? No, okay. So, but my main role is as Fanny Gabor, Melchior's mother.
Hi, I'm Cameron Manheim, and I play also various different horrible adult characters in the play. But my favorite is the mother of this beautiful young girl. I play... I'm the one who ruins everything, and if I had only made some better decisions early on, the whole world would be different. But I like to think that she would have liked to have told her daughter some important things, but society and the rules and the pressures that were on her didn't allow her to, and because of that, lots of struggling and chaos and sadness and devastation occurs. So I love being a part of a play that is really encouraging parents to talk to their children and give them information about their body, about politics, about all of that. So being here in the White House and being able to express this topic to you today is very important to me as a mother of a 14-year-old who is going through his own spring awakening right now.
My name is Michael Arden. I directed Spring Awakening.
Hello, everyone. I'm DJ Kurtz. I'm the artistic director at Deaf West Theater. Hello, I'm Sandra Mae Frank. This is my sign name. and I play the curious young Vendla in the show.
My name is Austin P. McKenzie, and I play the curious young lover boy, Melchior Gabor.
Hi, I'm Daniel Durant. My character is Moritz. It's a dark role. He has a lot of problems, and he has his best friend Melchior helping him through that, leading him through that. So yeah, that's my character.
Hi, I'm Allie Stroker, and I play the role of Anna, and she is one of Vendla's best friends. Her posse.
Well, there you have it. Thank you. All right, so we'll get started with our first question, and our first question, we'll start with DJ Kurz. DJ Kurz, the producer of this production. So first, I'd like to congratulate you on this production and the success of Spring Awakening. If you will, please tell us a little bit of the history of the Deaf West Theater. What's its mission? In addition, how did Spring Awakening, how does it fit with your company's mission?
Deaf West Theater Company is based in Los Angeles and was established by a man named Ed Waterstreet. Our mission is to build bridges between the deaf community and the hearing community, particularly through theater. We've been producing performances for almost 25 years. 2 years ago, Michael Arden and Andy Minitis came to me with the idea of doing Spring Awakening. And I remember I had seen it on Broadway, and it didn't necessarily strike me as being something that matched with the deaf community, but they had seen it on stage and really explained that the mother was trying to explain the birds and the bees and that there were communication breakdowns in that process. And they talked about how, for many of us in the deaf community with hearing parents, that storyline could ring true. So we started to workshop some performances, and we set up the performance starting 1 year ago in Los Angeles at a small theater. And now we are on Broadway, and we are very, very thankful. I'm thankful to the cast, the producers, Duncan and Stephen, everyone who's been involved. I mean, it is all of these people who have brought us to where we are today, and it's really an incredible engagement and work between the deaf community and the hearing communities.
Just a quick follow-up question, if I may. Spring Awakening, is this the first time on Broadway?
We actually did another performance on Broadway back in 2003. It was a show called Big River, and the producer is actually here today, Bill O'Brien. It's great to see you. More importantly, there is one young man who is in that show who is now the director of this show. So it's nice to see that continuity.
So I will move to my second question, but before I do that, Deaf West Theater, you know, having that in the title of your company doesn't limit it to deaf only. Anyone at all can be a part of it. That's the point of a bridge, that it's inclusive of all. So I want to emphasize that. Just because it has deaf in its name doesn't mean it's solely for deaf. So thank you so much for that. My second question is for you, Michael Arden. Congratulations. DJ just talked a bit about the goal, But for people who have not seen the production as of yet, when they go to see it, what can they expect from this production?
I think an audience who might be going to see a Deaf West production for the first time should know that it's not a play for the deaf, and it's not a play for the hearing. It's a play for everyone. Like you said, it is a bridge. And so you're seeing the entire show, both in spoken English as well as American Sign Language, simultaneously. And the idea is to create an experience that all audiences can enjoy at the same time. And you're seeing a rock musical, a musical about kids coming of age, discovering both themselves as well as discovering how difficult the world they live in is, which I think is very timely. Even though the original play was written in the late 19th century, its themes still ring incredibly true. And the scenes, like Stephen said earlier, take place in the period in which the play was written, and the songs reflect a more modern heartbeat. And so you can expect incredible music, beautiful poetry in sign, as well as English, and a morality story about the perils of miscommunication. And so it seemed like a perfect fit to bring to Deaf West, who have strived to sort of show the perils of miscommunication and the successes of clear communication.
Wonderful. And I think later, after the panel, we will have a workshop. Am I correct?
We're going to have a small workshop, yeah, with we're going to get everyone in here in the show for a few minutes.
Wonderful. That will be amazing to see how you go about the process of teaching the signs of each song, the translation process, how we come up with the concept. So the audience should be eager for that part of the show. Cameron, my next question is for you. Cameron, you are an award-winning veteran Hollywood actress. You sacrificed life and family in Hollywood, and I want to say it's been since October, if I'm not mistaken, to be a part of this production. I think it was August. I mean, she actually moved to New York, got involved with the production. So my question for you is, why theater at this stage in your career? Why the passion to be involved in this production? In addition, what's your connection to the deaf community?
Well, theater is the love of my life. I've done hundreds of plays prior to the general public knowing who I was, off Broadway. And then I moved to LA, where I did experience a lot of success in film and television. And I'm a big fan of Deaf West because sign language is my second language. So of course I go to support it and see its gorgeous works. And I don't know, 5 months ago, I went to see Spring Awakening, which was a musical I loved on Broadway 10 years ago, and didn't know what to expect. And I went, and the sign for it is that my jaw fell on the floor, and I was crying, and I was inspired, and I saw, it was as if I never saw it before. Everything was so clear to me because I got the benefit of seeing it in 2 languages, and even if I didn't know sign language, I would have had the second layer of this intuitive information coming to me. Even if you don't know sign language, you would understand much of the sign language, and I think you saw that already, and you will see it again. But when I saw it, I was jealous I wasn't in it, and I longed for the theater, and I longed to be a part of it, and it was a miracle, like a perfect storm, that it ended up being brought to New York by, I think, very courageous producers, never knowing how this will manifest itself financially on Broadway and with the investors. So I really have to give a shout out to Ken Davenport and his amazing company, who saw it, knew it was incredible, and wanted to share it with the world. and not even fully understanding if the world would accept it fully. So it's pretty remarkable. It moved quickly and swiftly, and it was a perfect storm. New York City, which I love so much, Broadway, which I have never been on. It's mine and 20 other people's Broadway debuts in this show. I used to bartend at the same theater I am now performing at when I was at NYU, and then I got to be in this magnificent play. It is the experience of a lifetime to be in it and also to see it, and it is honestly one of the greatest privileges of my life to be a part of it. So that is why, and that's why I left my son in his first semester of 9th grade. I'm sure getting in a ton of trouble, and it's probably better I'm not there. That's
Thank you so much for that.
Got me started.
She just pretends she's deaf. She hears everything. I'm always in trouble for not doing it right.
This is true. If I can just add, and I know you don't remember me, but I'll tell you a secret. I was at the School for the Deaf in New York, and we would use interpreters when we would go to various events within the community. And I was involved in the debate team. And as it happened, she was one of the interpreters. So there's just a note for you. I also recently read an article about you online. You talked a bit about when you first started learning sign language, and there was a situation, there was an accident, there was no interpreter, and you said you only knew 10 signs and you couldn't sign, but apparently you certainly know more than 10 signs now, so we're glad to have you here. My next question is for Ali Stroker. It's a bit long, but important. Just recently in March, I'm sure you all know Kerry Washington. You're familiar with the movie Scandal, the TV show Scandal. She recently won an award from the Vanguard organization. It's the Vanguard Award. During the acceptance speech, and I quote, she said, "We have to continue to be bold, breaking barriers until we are more than just first, more than simply exceptional, more than rare or unique." So, Ali, it's my understanding that you're considered the first actress to use a wheelchair performing on Broadway. Is that correct? So first, congratulations for that. I mean, it's 2015, come on, and she's the first. But linking this back to Kerry Washington and her quote, this idea of unique and being rare. How do you feel about your own distinction as being first? What does that mean for you to be the first? To be the person breaking through those barriers that have been put in place for years?
It's an honor, and it's not just a win for me. It's a win for my entire community and for all of the work that has been happening for a long time. And I had the opportunity to perform at the Kennedy Center this past summer, and I was talking to someone with a disability, and I told him, I'm so excited, I'm gonna get to be on Broadway. And he said, wow, I would have never had that opportunity. And I hope that this is just the beginning of a floodgate of opportunities for people with disabilities on Broadway, on screen, on television, all over, and the
different ways. Deaf gain is basically a reframing the
various aspects of theater into yourself. I mean, taking the classes and taking the workshops made such a difference. Some people think that they don't need to go through that college experience, but the college experience gives you so much background about everything that's happening in the theater, not just the acting side of things, but how to translate the lines, how to understand the meaning of the lines in the first place, how to think about what's going on from the director's perspective, from the lighting perspective, all of those things and how they get incorporated. And that makes you as an actor a better actor. And for me as a deaf actor to be able to incorporate all of that knowledge and all of that background makes such a difference. I was in a production where there was a stage manager who was teaching us stage combat. And it was a mixed group of deaf and hearing actors. And we were learning stage combat. And it was amazing to be incorporated into that in such a mixed audience. I also worked with Commedia dell'arte, which is a group that works with Gallaudet and a specific type of masked theater. And the company here that works with Gallaudet is Faction of Fools. And because Gallaudet has this unique partnership with Faction of Fools, people were talking about internships on the previous panel, here's a fantastic example. Faction of Fools partnered with Gallaudet and I was able to intern with them and I learned so much from that experience. That was my first experience of hearing and deaf actors and directors and everyone working together. And it was difficult. Everybody comes to it with different language skills, different acting skills, and to be able to expose each other to all of those backgrounds and incorporate all of that into the show made such a difference. I mean, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses that they bring to it. And by the end, we were all learning how to do it. So people would say at the beginning, well, you can dance, but you're deaf, or you can do this role, but you can't sign very well. And by the end, we were all able to become everything we needed to be and to make that production work.
Thank you for that. That is amazing. Thank you. Now, who doesn't know Marley?
Sometimes I forget myself who I am.
Well, my next question is for you.
I didn't get you.
She's trouble. Marley has many awards. I want to say you were the youngest person to get the Emmy Award, am I correct? The Academy Award? You were 21, if I'm not mistaken.
Best Actress for the first film, one of 4 actresses to win for the first film, and I'm still the youngest to receive the Oscar for Best Actress. And that was only 5 years ago.
She's absolutely lovely. We won't play the numbers game. In addition to that, she's had 4 Emmy nominations. But the point is, she continues to have success in her career. She's been acting for a number of years. And some people, when they speak to her, they say she's the only full-time deaf actress. Maybe that is true. But my point here is, I know you can't give us an exact formula, how to, so to speak.
And I started off with one very huge $1 million film, a Paramount Studios production. It was the first in everything for me. I was 19 years old. And here I am doing my movie. I didn't have any formal training whatsoever. I didn't go to theater school. I didn't have anything like that in my career, but I did start in theater when I was 7 years old, performing with both deaf and hearing actors in Chicago. And that's when I got I became familiar with acting in my foundations. That's where I started and built my foundation in acting. And I grew up acting until I was in high school, and I took a break because I thought, okay, I mean, that was way back then. That was way before even any of you were born. I thought, well, what am I going to do because I'm deaf? And I wanted the world to know that it was okay to be deaf and that it was okay to do whatever it is we set our minds to, regardless of whether you're deaf or not. So I went ahead with my life and put acting on the back burner. I wanted to be a cop. There you go. Clearly, I couldn't be a cop. And